This is the entryway at Tecumseh Church. Make sure we're keeping up these doors inside and out, just a spot wash, and the interior glass doors, just a spot wash. And of course the floor is vacuumed. Out here we need to do this whole floor area. Dust, dust that thing, dust the stand. The bottom was really dusty. You'd want to spot wash the glass on these doors, dust this furniture all right there, move things, straighten it up, make it look nice like we cared. The drinking fountain, you want to keep that wiped out. Hard water will build up in it, and like you can see some of the discoloration in this one. There's nothing we can do about that, but there was brown discoloration in there, and so I scrubbed all of that off and then shined it up with our shiner, make that look nice. This is one of the Simply Human trash cans, so make sure you use the Simply Human bags in it only. And also this whole outer rim needs to be maintained and clean. It gets drops and stuff, or food pieces or coffee spilled, different things like that happens on it. There was a bunch of dust on it this time, so I got that. Make sure we're keeping things dusted, like take a feather duster and dust the top of that, which I didn't do that yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and just hit it real quick. In the bathrooms, we have the women's bathroom here, the men's bathroom to the right. But while I'm thinking of it, out here in the coat area, make sure you keep the top of that coat rack dusted. In the women's bathroom, we should be keeping the cabinets dusted, keeping the baseboards dusted, keeping all of these things on the walls dusted, like the top surface of this baby changing station, the picture, the fixtures up above, just keep a dust. And it doesn't have to be done every single time, but it needs to be done like maybe every other time, and just a quick feather dust would keep it up. Make sure the garbage is emptied. Sinks and mirrors are cleaned thoroughly and shined and dried so that there's not stuff left in it. Like here's a piece of something left in there. So let's get that. Keep your stainless steel stuff shined and pretty. Make sure the paper towel dispensers are filled and that the C-fold paper towels are put in there properly. Clean the toilets. Toilet paper should be folded. This one looks like it needs refolded. It must have came undone, wasn't folded very good. Didn't have creases to make it stay. Make sure the toilet bowls are getting cleaned. The whole outer part of the toilet is getting cleaned. That is slimy in there. It needs to be cleaned out. I don't know if the bowl got cleaned out or not. And here's the other bathroom. Let me see about this. It looks really quite yellow. Probably our screen could clean that up, so we'll have to touch that up. But we need to keep your cleaning screen going on these toilet bowls every single time we clean. That way, that's how it keeps it up. Make sure the toilet paper is folded and looks nice. Floors are vacuumed and mopped. Same thing is going to be in the men's bathroom. Make sure you keep all the surfaces dusted. Garbage changed, top of it, keep it cleaned off. Sink, mirror, stainless steel, toilet or urinals. Your toilet paper should be folded nicely and not unfolded like this. We want to fold that, make sure it's creased good so that it stays. Crease it good so that it stays. Toilet bowls, they need scrubbing. These ones are looking a little bit rough too. It's hard to tell on the camera, but they do look rough by the naked eye, so these need to be maintained on a regular basis. Coming out, here looks like Josh is maybe cleaning the windows. The sanctuary, I don't know why these doors are closed. He must have closed them. Keep them open. In the sanctuary, let me get some lights. I don't know how to get lights on in here. Here it is over here. So to the left of the door is the light switch plates. I don't know where all those lights are at. Nothing's coming on. And then to the right, there's some light switch plates too. Again, for this trash, this is a Simply Human trash can. You want to put the Simply Human bags in them. They're labeled inside to tell you which bags exactly. But this rim right here gets really dirty. There's coffee spilled on it, food spilled on it, all kinds of things that people bring into the sanctuary and get it messy. So it needs to be wiped off, shined, and cleaned. We need to keep this whole countertop area all clean. There was coffee spills up in here. All this stuff needs to be wiped down. We need to move things. Like I moved this whole thing out of the way so that I could clean underneath it. I moved this out of the way so I could clean underneath it. You don't have to move everything all the time, but periodically, maybe one time, pull this out and see, okay, is it good? Maybe give it a wipe this time, maybe next time, skip it, that kind of thing. But we should be wiping this whole surface down with a clean rag every time. Then up the stairs, this is the sound area where the church, for sound checking and stuff like that, and where they do all that kind of stuff. The floors need to be vacuumed, garbage emptied. There was garbage in here when we got up here. There was not a bag put in there. There was broken bulbs of some sort, like Christmas bulbs maybe, that are all down here on the floor. And so we picked up all that glass. There was debris down below. You got to pick that stuff up and vacuum this whole area. And you don't have to move the sound system area, just dust around it. A feather dust is sufficient. You may need to at times, if there was spills along the edges or something, use a wet rag. But a feather duster is usually fine. You want to walk this whole sanctuary down every row. Like I go down the main row here and down the main row there. And same on the other side, go down those main rows and look down the aisles to see if there's any trash and pick that up. And then this whole room needs to be spot vacuumed as well. In this sanctuary, there's also 2 offices that we don't necessarily clean, but we should check the garbage. So there was garbage in this room, and we should also spot vac this room as needed. It may not be an every week thing, but at least check the garbage, check the floor, spot vac if needed, and get the garbage if needed. Same thing with the room right next door to it. This is like a storage room, so we clearly don't clean this room, but there was trash in the trash can. We should check the trash can and, spot vac maybe just this area, just to keep it up so it doesn't look terrible. Keep the glass on that door cleaned. Up here on the stage, you want to vacuum the whole stage, the stairs, the stage. You want to dust all the furniture. This was very dusty, had crumbs and dust all over it. I got that. Same with this thing up here. It should be dusted. That should be dusted. Your tops of your speakers should just feather dust over it real quickly. That little table down there, feather dust it. It's a quick swipe with a feather duster to maintain. That's it. Super easy. It doesn't require more than that, but it does need something rather than nothing. Same with this, dust that area, dust this area, all the surfaces, check your floors, etc. And here is the kitchen. In the kitchen, all you have to do is wipe down the open counter spaces that are open. If the sink is empty, you can clean the sink out, but really the church usually is responsible for the dishes, so we don't have to do the dishes. And we don't have to move everything on the countertops. For the most part, they maintain that part. But we can just at least get crumbs around the open surfaces if you see anything. Make sure all 3 of these cans are changed and have bags in them. Well, 4 cans because there's 4 in here. So this is one of them too. 1 can when we came in today, this one right there didn't have a bag in it at all. And there was a couple pamphlets in the bottom of it that we had to pull out of it and put a bag in. These are the pamphlets. We got to throw them away. They were in the trash. So then we also want, this is that back entryway. The glass on the doors there you want to maintain. Same, that's the sanctuary. Same with this glass here. Maintain, make sure you spot wash it. This whole back area should get the glass cleaned, the floor vacuumed and taken care of. This is the, it's the mechanical room, but it's also the utility room where we keep our supplies. These 2 cans these 2 bags right here are for the Simply Human trash cans. There's a 16-gallon, and I don't know what this one is. It says 21-gallon. So make sure you pay attention to which one gets what. There's also 13-gallon. All trash cans are labeled and tell you that a 13-gallon should go in it. So make sure you're using the right bags. And then there's 33-gallon for the larger garbage cans that are in the office. These are for smaller 7 to 10-gallon office cans, but not all of them take those little bags. So you have to really read each can to make sure you're putting the right bag in them, and make sure you're always keeping extra bags in the bottom of the can so that it makes it easy for you next time you come. Make sure this whole hallway is being kept maintained. Periodically, you're going to do highs and lows throughout the whole place. Vacuum the floors. Keep your doors. Spot wash the glass. In these little kid rooms, You don't have to clean the desks. You don't have to clean those, but we do vacuum the floors. We do maintain the windowsill and the lock ledge there for window or for cobwebs and stuff like that, bugs and whatever. Clean the sink, empty the garbage, keep your paper towels stacked and pointed. In this little kid's bathroom, it doesn't get used a lot, but we have to clean it every single time. So the toilet bowl, when we came in here, clearly was not taken care of. I had to use my screen to get it cleaned. It was slimy and dirty. Toilet paper wasn't folded. Oh no, it was, I'm sorry. Toilet paper was folded. Everything was folded and everything looked good. It's just it doesn't look like the toilet got taken care of. In this room, it's another little kid's room. Make sure that the trash is taken care of, the sink area, the toilet or the paper towel is filled, and that sort of thing. Spot vac the floors. We don't have to worry about the little desk or anything. When I came in here today, there was obvious 2 bubblegum wrappers on the floor, kids' bubblegum, and a crayon on the floor, so garbage needed to be picked up right in the middle of the floor. So this room I would question whether or not it was even done. This little area, just keep it feather dusted the top of it. Going into the next room, it's the same story. You know, keep your sink area all taken care of, trash, etc. This chair, straighten it and just give it a little mark, like little marks on it. Give it that little line, like it looks nice and, you know, like someone took a minute to clean in here and cared about it. Just kind of give it a pattern, you know, with your hand is all it takes. Vacuum this hallway. Heading down to the pastor's office area. This office, the first one that we come to, is sometimes locked and you can't get in there. We don't have a key, you can't get in. But if they're here, ask them if we can take their trash and ask them if we can get in there and clean. And if not, then that's okay, we can skip it. Or if it's locked and no one's here, we can't get it. But you can tell a little bit, see the glass on this door? I wasn't able to get on the other side to clean it, but if you get in here, make sure you try to hit that glass too because it needs it. Keep all your wall hangings, everything dusted on the wall to maintain that. In this room needs cleaned. The desk needs wiped off, both desks. There's a garbage right here. That takes a small little bag in there. Make sure that's in there. Then inside this office is another office. Make sure this is also all feather dusted. But in this small office, the light was left on when I just walked in here, so that needs to be checked and make sure that that's not going on. There's a garbage over there. There's stuff on the floor. I got the stuff off the floor already. Make sure you're vacuuming this area and empty the garbage and, you know, vacuum and stuff so that everything's kept up in here. Then across the hall, there's this big open space. Sounds like Josh is knocking. Guess he's locked out. Wondered where you were. But then down here, go back into that big open room. You'll want to keep like the printer dusted off, keep the garbage there changed and cleaned. This little desk should be cleaned off. This little coffee station should be cleaned off. You don't have to move all the stuff, but just, you know, get around it best you can. This should be kept up and dusted. Windowsills, floors, they should all just be maintained. It wouldn't be an every week thing, but just maintain. Check them periodically and make sure that's done. And then this hallway too, make sure that garbage gets changed and with a bag put in it, vacuumed, highs, lows maintained. This room is another storage room, but still come in here and get the garbage. There was garbage in there, so I got that. And you might periodically just spot vac right in here if there was something big or something really noticeable in there. But we don't have to really clean it because it's a storage room. But we still need to get the trash out of there. But that's it for this place.